Right.
Now you see the difference? You ready to be the one?
The Golden State Warriors.
I was born running with the baton. Now I'm known as the young intellectual dawn. Until I'm gone, where I'm from, the real don't get along with the fake. Look me in the face, eyes of the storm. You don't want none. No beef could never hurt me. I be on my Eastern Bull, they cold turkey. Firstly, it's the double entendre monster taking haunted.
Let's start creating your look. If you haven't already done so, let's complete your player info. Your background sets the stage for who you are, both on and off the court.
Real G's moving silence like my designer. Intertwined with the timeless divine. Higher powered, I was dipping in the gold since a minor. Sitting on my throne overlooking my empire. Resurrection the real, you fake. Never second guessing my kills, so choose your fate. Cause I'm born running with the baton. A ticket time bomb, better ring it along. Resurrection the real, you fake. Never second guessing my kills, so choose your fate. Cause I'm born running with the baton. A ticket time bomb, better ring it along.
So keep it spinning, this genre. Don't that partner, these imposters. We moving like the monsters. One force move ever, what the lobsters. Keep it spinning, this genre. Don't that partner, these imposters. We moving like the monsters. One force move ever, what the...
It's the all-American. Who you mad at? They ain't have to ask that. Attack with the backlash. Where's my cash at? Running on through NASDAQ in my backpack. Going off the knack. Dope boy in the Cadillac. Having flashbacks. We see will clap back. Hit him with the go through his stat back. I snap with the rats that make him bring the whole track back. Get smacked with the Rilla. When I drop, it's all killing, no filler. So you better not make a wrong move. I personally deliver each that won't miss ya. And when it hit ya, it's no warning. We bombarding me and my squadron. If you want it, get your army. We dropping calmly. This is no party. Any scraps left, we just feed them to the zombies.
Never for the sun, I die for my brethren. This is a Ocean 7. Ring the alarm for war, you won't get in. Ring the alarm for war, you won't get in. Never for the sun, I die for my brethren. This is a Ocean 7. Ring the alarm for war, you won't get in. Ring the alarm for war, you won't get in.
Ring the alarm, we ain't keeping it calm. Need a reason to see the dawn. Break the leash and I'm off. Was hungry, rich in spirit when I broke some laws. I'm breaking even with my pros against all the odds. May my words cut deep, you gon' need some guards. And now we only going bar for bar. You know I'm out, they bring the track out, I lay the smack down. Remember nights on the in the house. I snapped out and flipped it around to where I'm at now. Living legend, finally back up on the map now. Resurrection of real, let's bring it back. It ain't even about the bars, they bumping whatever slaps now. All I hear is ad-lib rapping on my SoundCloud. Sick of the trash out, this is the crackdown.
Little boy, don't backchat, we bury ya. Big metal thing, you get Captain America. East Coast regime, East Coast supreme. Never for the sun, I die for my brethren. This is a Ocean 7. Ring the alarm for war, you won't get in. Ring the alarm for war, you won't get in.
Let's start creating your look. If you haven't already done so, download the GameFace HD app. Scan yourself and get your face. Your hairstyle says a lot about your look. Let's choose yours. Beard, scruff, or clean shaven, your path to facial hair greatness starts here. Now it's time to decide what kind of player you want to be. First, let's choose your player type. Capabilities, both good and bad. So choose wisely before you lock in.
Woke up talking like me. Oh, I think they like me. Yeah, they like me. Diamonds on me, ice cream. That's lightly. Spitely. Diamonds on me, bite.
Like millions of other kids, you dreamed of one day being in the NBA. You wanted to be a star. And someday, to rise above and become the greatest to ever play. You dreamed of being the one. But stardom is never easy. There are obstacles, injuries, and disappointments. Adversity is universal. It can happen to anyone at any time. And one day, it happened to you. You went from being a guaranteed lottery pick to a kid who may never even play college ball again.
Now, look, it's always bad to hear about injuries, especially to college kids, of course.
Yeah.
But Stephen A. Smith, this one is particularly disheartening because we are 2 weeks into the season and one of the top NBA prospects in the country goes down potentially with a season-ending injury, a knee injury. That's a killer.
I couldn't agree more. When I heard he was carried off the floor today, all you can do is find yourself hoping that he'll make it back. That's the bottom line. But my heart goes out to him because I didn't expect this. This is a devastating injury. It's never good to have something like this happen to you.
The team doctor broke the news. Torn ACL, sprained MCL, and a torn meniscus. Surgery was scheduled, but your game will likely never be the same. At the 2016 NBA draft, your name is still mentioned. Not as a prospect, but as a cautionary tale.
Now, there's another huge story in this year's draft. A record of duns, the guys you know are going to be lottery picks. I mean the rest of them. They're not sure shots. You're not sure they're going to be lottery picks. Don't just use the college system for a year thinking you're going to bounce. It doesn't work like that.
Please.
If you don't have the talent, it doesn't work. You got to be cultivated in the system.
Please. There you go again with your blanket generalizations. You know how you are, oh, Max. The woe is me. Oh, my Lord. I can't take it. I just can't take it. It's a case-by-case basis. Should be one and does. You got to go on a case-by-case basis. Some dudes deserve to be.
And that is my point. Thank you for making it for me. Every kid thinks they're the exception to the rule. And members of the media like, Stephen A. Smith.
Look, Max, bottom line is this. You got to take this into consideration. You had two dudes. They were called the Height brothers. Now, you had Nick Howard. This kid had a lot of promise. What does he do? He goes to college. Very uneventful first year, no doubt. The second year, he was pretty good. Here's the problem. The NBA, it's not about pretty good. You need to be great on the collegiate level, on the prep level, in summer leagues and what have you, in order for you to get the stature that you deserve. That's the bottom line. It's pretty good ain't good enough to be that stud NBA.
That's exactly my point.
Let me finish. There's another example. I did say the Height brothers. I wasn't talking about one individual. I was talking about two. What happens? One and done in a different way. 1 year, one ACL injury later, and look where he's at now. His future is clearly uncertain. So you got to take advantage of that opportunity because you never know when an injury will do everything.
Stephen A., listen to yourself. Let's listen to yourself for a second. You give one argument for why a kid should come out early, a one-and-done situation. I can give you 30 arguments this morning alone why they should stay in school, and now you have
or one argument, as long as it's strong enough, that's all that matters. That's number one. Number two, the Height brothers was something special. What they really, really need to do, I'm going to tell you what they need to do, Max. They need to get back to playing together. My sources are telling me the ACL injury has been completely healed. So go on a pro-am circuit, go in summer leagues, do what you got to do to get back on the court together to remind everybody of what you once were. Because once you pull that off, the sky's the limit. That's what they need to do. Get back to playing ball together, because when people see what you can do as one, the other arguments don't really matter. Like I said, don't sweat the technique.
Back and forth, like, don't know what you're asking for, but just back and forth, like, but this shit, your man still back from home, he ain't that important, like, you ain't really seen it like that before, not like that before, you like, when you put it like that, you right, if you think you got it like that, when I act like that, alright, I'm about to have to backtrack, back on fact, you right. Already know what you want, so why you keep hitting my phone? Thought you was with it before, just wait till I get in my zone. Stop all the silly talk, mama told me never. Certain things to start to pick up on. You cannot trick me, the jig is up. Never know, just like, evidently you don't. No, the boy ain't no chump. Real leader don't say nothing. I'ma roll up. Then I burst up like dumb. When you don't give up, keep it real, girl, quick fun. When you put it like that, you right. If you think you got it like that, when I act like that, alright. I'm about to have to backtrack, back on fact, you right. Never ever give a the clue what you really trying to get into. Both friends wanna come with me, good things always coming through. Can't let you walk out that door till you show me what that being for. Not trying to mess up the vibe, but you got a corner to five. Say that she feelin' my aura, but never been with a hitter from Aurora. Cause she is Salvadorian. They say she working so far. Everything going accordingly until
This is New York City, the mecca of basketball. The original Rucker League began here in 1947. 9 years later, the tournament found a permanent home uptown at PS 156 Playground. Those early Rucker days showcased talents like Lou Alcindor, Wilt the Stilt, and Earl the Pearl. It's also where Julius Erving became the Doctor. In 1974, the park was respectfully renamed Holcomb Rucker Park in honor of the tournament founder. Now, many have influenced the growth of the Rucker since, but none more heavily than the late, great Greg Marius, founder of the EBC. Many would argue that the Ruck is the birthplace of true street ball and the crossover dribble. Considering New York City's penchant for flashy guard play, there are few who can challenge that. After the legendary exploits of Rucker alumni like Rod Strickland, Rafer Alston, and Kyrie Irving, it goes without saying that getting crossed up or banged on can happen to anybody at any given moment here. It's no wonder that this unassuming uptown playground has become the most widely recognized street ball court in the world. Rucker Park, Harlem.
Brooklyn.